Alright, hey guys. You might notice that this is not Castlevania. This is a game called Vampire the Masquerade. So it's still in the kind of the same domain as Castlevania, I guess, since they're both about vampires, but yeah, I felt like recording a bit of this game. I will be finishing Castlevania, so don't freak out and think. Not that there's many people there to freak out, but yeah, I will be finishing it. I just felt like doing some of this game. Basically, if you haven't played this game, picture, well, how my friend told me about it before I first played it. It was basically picture like Elder Scrolls, Morrowind, or Oblivion, whatever you've played, except you're in modern day Los Angeles and you're a vampire. And that's pretty much, that's a pretty good way of putting it, I guess. I mean, it's not as open-ended as an Elder Scrolls game. Like, you don't have like a huge world to explore. It's really just like hubs, but the idea is kind of the same. Anyway, let's go ahead and start. I did have a bit of a ordeal getting this to record properly. Long story short, I actually recorded this set like 200, like not 200, like 2.5 hours worth of recording, and when I went back to check the footage out and make sure it recorded right, at first I thought I was having really bad sync issues, like it really desynced towards the end, but then I realized the footage part was on like auto fast forward, but the audio was running at like normal speed, so they would like talk, but you wouldn't hear the voice until like a couple seconds afterwards, and it got like bad and bad, and eventually like towards the end I think the footage stopped, but there was like 20 minutes worth of audio still going on, I think, and it was just really bad. So we're gonna do this again. Let's see. Answer a series of questions about the type of vampire. Fuck that. We're gonna go directly pick it ourselves. I did do the answer thing, and I think it gave me the Nosferatu clan. The clans are basically different classes, and each one's have different things about them, obviously. He gave me this class, and I told my friend, he was like, no, you don't want to play as a Nosferatu, because they have to play the game a lot differently, because you can't be seen by humans or you violate the Masquerade, and I'll go more into what that is later, but basically it's the rules all vampires have to abide by is called the Masquerade, and basically the main rule is you have to keep the fact that you're a vampire a secret, and since Nosferatu are the most visibly vampire-ish, whatever, they can't even be seen by humans. You have to like sneak around in the sewers to get to different places. You can't just walk around in the streets, and it's a bit of a hassle. On my first set I played a Tremere, and I will do that again. They're basically like the mages, I guess, if such a thing would be in this game. They get like spells and shit. They actually, when I first played this game, which actually was like a week ago when I first got it, I played up till about the end of the first hub, I think, before I decided I was going to do a playthrough or a let's play, whatever you call them. And I was looking through the different clads, and basically I saw blood sorcerers, and I was like, ooh, that caught my eye. But actually, originally I played as a Toreador, but they're kind of default. That's not the original model, by the way. It's got that weird stance because it's an alternate model I had modded, because the default model looked like shit. And no, you can't change your appearance, which is kind of a bummer. The closest you can do would be like to change your gender. But no, we will not be playing as female. And then histories are basically just little tweaks you can give to your character. Like, I think I like Deceptive Strength, basically. It limits a couple of stats that aren't super useful, really, but blood buff lasts longer, and blood buff is pretty cool. Actually, do we want deceptive strength? I don't think there's anything else that's really good. You don't have to go with any at all, actually, if you don't want to, but the only reason I'm questioning deceptive strength is because blood buff is basically a buff to your melee stats, your physical stats, and these guys aren't, like, very physical. Like, you can't raise, I think, any physical stat past, like, 4. Yeah, I think it'll be alright, I guess. Maybe. Fuck it, we won't go with any. I actually read that originally, I don't think they even had histories. Well, they took them out. But, there's like unofficial patches, and they put them back in, I guess. So let's see. I had this kind of determined, because I usually take forever in games like this making my character. But I can't seem to remember exactly where I had everything. It's pretty simple, actually. It's a hell of a lot simpler than like the Elder Scrolls class system. Basically, you put points in these, and they basically raise these feats over here. And what the feats do are pretty self-explanatory. Combat feats, basically, you know, the higher they are, the more damage you do. Higher lockpicking and stuff like that, the easier it is, and the better doors and computers you can hack, and higher sneaking you won't be detected as easily, etc., etc. I did purvey a few character creation tips and stuff, just so I knew what I was doing and I wouldn't make a totally gimped character. Let's see. That'll give us a decent persuasion. And research is good because you get books that give you like free skill points. I think right off the bat we can get a couple computer skill points from a book, so that's kind of useless to even bother with that, really. At the start, at least. Do I want strength or dex? I do like sneaking. Sneaking's pretty fun in this game. And lockpicking's, yeah, we're gonna go with dexterity because I'm gonna need that lockpicking, actually. Yeah, that'll do, I guess. Oh wait, no, I forgot to put points in mental. Let's see. Fuck ranged. Ranged combat. I've tried the ranged weapons. They're supposed to get good like in the later half of the game, but at the beginning they're pretty shitty. You get like a shitty pistol and the shotgun. I got up to where I got a shotgun. The shotgun's okay, but you don't really get enough ammo. You have to like actually buy your own ammo, which is really kind of a waste of money. And you end up using all of your ammo anyway, and then you're just stuck with your melee weapons. So better to just raise those at the start, I think. Defense and hacking, intelligence, research, and intimidate. Research is good. Intimidate's pretty useless. Range combat and inspection. Inspection is probably the useless thing ever. I can't remember what I had. I guess that'll do. Is that how I had it? I don't fucking remember.